Okay, so let's begin. First, I am going to be filling in my brows, and I will be using my usual. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil, and this one is in dark brown, and I'm just going to be filling in my brows. Next, I'm going to be moving on to shadows, and here I'm using the ColourPop Super Shock shadow called The One, and it's just this really nice kind of peachy undertone nudie color, and it's great as kind of like a base color. I'm just going to be using a finger to apply that all over my eyelid and a little bit above kind of the crease to like the middle over here. Next, using the Tartelette in Bloom by Tarte, I'm going to be taking a couple of the shades, including Sweetheart, and I'm going to be mixing Rebel and Leader together to use as kind of like a nice soft eyeliner. And I'm going to be using that so I can replace using an eyeliner. Using a small fluffy brush, I'm just going to be sweeping the color Sweetheart all along kind of my crease area over here. Next, using kind of a sharp-ended eyeshadow brush, I'm going to be taking the color Rebel and Leader and mixing these two together. Just put it on the tip of your brush, mix it like that, and use that as kind of like your eyeliner. Taking those two same colors and bring it down along your lower bottom lash line. And you can kind of end in the middle and then kind of drop just like a tiny little bit extra at the ends over here. So it creates the illusion of a bigger eye on the ends. Now, taking a fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to be blending everything out a little bit so it's less harsh. And just do the same thing on this eye. Now that we're done with our eyeshadow component, we're going to be tight lining kind of my upper waterline. And here I'm using the tattoo liner from Kat Von D, and this one is in Mad Max Brown. And I'm just going to be tight lining, but I'm not going to draw outside of it. And just by tight lining, it creates the illusion of a fuller lash line. Next, using the Shure Mora Lash Builder, I'm just going to be priming my lashes. While we wait for the primer to dry, I'm just going to be contouring with the Marc Jacobs Mirage filter. Using a fluffy brush, I'm just going to be contouring my nose first. Bring it kind of like along to your eyeshadow as well, so it looks more natural. Next, using the Benefit Do the Hula. This is kind of their liquid bronzer slash contouring kind of cream, and I really love the formula just because it's super natural looking, and just squeeze a little bit onto the back of your hand. Using a dampened beauty sponge, the sharp end, just kind of layer onto the areas you want to contour. And for some reason, I really love the smell. Bring it down along your jawline. Next, using the Dior Show Iconic Over Curl Mascara, I'm just going to be putting them onto my lashes. And if you make a small mistake like that, I just use like a beauty sponge and kind of like wipe it away because I'm lazy. Don't forget to do your lower lashes. And then next, using a really nice highlighter that I absolutely love. This is the Becca with Jaclyn Hill collection. This is the one where they have like the champagne pop and the blushes, and I love using that set. And just using kind of a medium fluffy brush, I'm going to take the color for Shadow Pop, and I'm just going to dab my brush in and highlight this area over here. this. Look at that shimmer. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's so pretty. And then kind of bring it onto the nose bridge as well. Avoid like this area right here, and then just tip of the nose. Some on the chin. And then a little bit onto your cupid's bow. Next, I'm going to be using the NARS Orgasm Blush, and using a fluffy blush brush, I'm just going to be applying that onto the apples of my cheeks. And I love using this with Becca highlighters because this one has this amazing kind of like glowy, like really beautiful golden shimmer to it as well, so it kind of melts into the Becca highlighter. Next, taking a clean cotton swab and a lighter, just kind of set it on fire. It's really dangerous, so please be careful. You know, viewer discretion advised. If you're a kid, please don't do it alone. This is highly dangerous. I'd advise you to buy an eyelash curler, but personally I find this more effective. So kind of set it on fire like this. Do not set the tip on fire. That thing will burn like hell. Blow it out. Let some of like the smoke waft away, and then use it to curl your lashes. And be very careful not to burn yourself. Just like that. Get the ends as well. And see how curled these lashes are. And I'm going to light it again to do my other side. And lastly, using, I got this as a sample. This is the Tarte Lip Surgeon's Lip Cream in Wonder. And it's just this really gorgeous kind of like reddish, poppy color, I would say. I just apply it to the center of my lips, and then I use my finger to spread it, so that it's a more kind of like natural look. Did you like this makeup look? If you did, please don't forget to give us a big thumbs up for likes, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we are incredibly interesting. See you next time. Bye.